available for purchase. Comment below something ridiculous rich people buy. Also please get this video to 100 likes. Thanks. Kidnapping insurance. Can confirm. I worked for a place where the CEO was very hands-on and would oftentimes fly to countries that were less than stable to sell the product. In case of kidnapping we had insurance for him, for anyone else that traveled with him that might get grabbed, and contingency plans in place for what we needed to be doing and who to contact in case this happens. Time. All that crap you do. Commuting, grocery shopping, cooking, cleaning your house, waiting on hold, paying bills, all those chunks of your life that are eaten up by minutiae. Rich people buy out of all that routine garbage. Time is all you really get in your life. Rich people buy it back. Something they do that most people don't know about is buy entire libraries at once. My sister used to work at a bookstore and told me someone came in and wanted to furnish their library with a library-size purchase of books. They just wanted cherry-picked bestsellers left to the discretion of the people working there. It sounded wild. Edit. This place is a wealth of knowledge, and I'm here for it. Had no idea you could buy books by the foot. What a bizarre idea. Some wealthy people also buy books as decoration, with no intent of reading most of them. They buy books from wholesalers by the linear foot, specifying how the books look on the shelves, size, color, material of spine, etc., without any regard for what the books actually are. They just need to fill wall space in library/office rooms in their homes. Landing 747s in small airports. I grew up around Lexington, Kentucky. The region is huge on horses, particularly thoroughbred horses. The entire city is surrounded by horse farms, and these farms breed some of the best racing horses in the world. The rich and famous will often come here to buy thoroughbreds to add to their breeding stock. One such person is a sheik from the Bay, I think, who owns his own private 747. Now the local airport isn't rated for 747s, and it's not legal to land one there unless it's an emergency. The sheik doesn't care though, and lands his 747 there anyways. The airport fines him every time he does this, which he is totally fine with paying. I've been told that many of the upgrades to the airport over the years were almost entirely funded with money from those fines. In London, rich people figured out it was cheaper to just park on the streets illegally and just pay the fines every day than to pay for parking in the city. So the city started clamping cars, so the rich people started paying people to go and pay the fine for the car to be UN clamped before they wanted to leave. Pet cloning. Ex-boss was getting his dog cloned for $100K. Oh, I've heard of this. There's a company in Texas that does it kinda regularly apparently now. $25K for a cat, $50K for a dog. It's something like a $1-2K deposit just for them to send your vet the kit, to obtain bio samples and to store the material. You pay the rest of it whenever you're ready to clone your critter. Edit. The company is called Viagen. If anyone's curious, thank you/relative scale. See, I just don't get this. Had a friend whose super wealthy parents did this. Guess what? Different temperament and everything, because it's still its own animal. They thought they were getting another one of their precious snuggle baby, and this one hates to snuggle and gets into everything mischievous. No thanks. I'll always adopt. Best dogs I've ever had have been adoptions. A billionaire spending $50,000 a night every day of the week for an entire year is about the same ratio as a guy with $1,000 in the bank spending $18 over the course of a year, or 20-ish cents a night. This is what brought this into perspective for me. Private boarding gate at certain airports, complete with showers, a spa, full bar, lounge, food, a bed, gym, sauna, etc. Total privacy. Your luggage is scanned and taken through security by a concierge, and you're driven to the plane in a BMW 8 Series. Lax has them now. I had a buddy who hired a driver, got him to get a chauffeur's license, and then made sure his Jaguar was long enough to meet criteria as a limo, and then he could legally drink in the backseat. Gold pills that make your poop golden colored. I'm not even making it up, look it up. I thought you were making a joke. No, this is really a thing. Why? For most people, a car is a depreciating asset. From the moment you buy it, it starts to go down in value. For ultra wealthy car collectors, they are able to access limited edition cars that go up in value immediately. For example, McLaren only made 375 P1s that they sold for $1.5 meters. They are now worth easily over $3 million. The challenge is it takes more than just money to get one of these, with only a few hundred models to allocate, and with them immediately earning their owners a profit. The manufacturer will look at a number of criteria to decide who gets one, including how many models of their regular cars you have purchased. If are offered a Ferrari LaFerrari Aperta for $2.2 million, you probably own 5+ other Ferraris, and you just bought a pair of matching Portofinos for your twins who are going off to college. If you are rich, you can have a leg up when it comes to organ transplants. I believe there are flight services where you pay a subscription fee every month or year, and when an organ is available it will fly you out right away. Also, Steve Jobs gained the system because he was able to get to different transplant hospitals over the country quickly because of his money, so he was able to be on multiple waiting lists. He was on liver transplant lists in California and Tennessee, and I believe the latter had a shorter waiting list, and because of his severity he was able to rise up the list and get a liver faster than if he was only on the list in California. This practice is not technically against the rules, but many view it as unethical. Basically, if you need an organ you better be rich. Education. My neighbor used to get tutored at home by our school teachers and head of departments. Want me to believe they never leaked exams? University is a whole different story, from admissions to grades. You can even take the ACT/SAT at home. If you wiggle the system enough, you'll have to prove a medical disability, but I guarantee you a doctor out there would be willing to help find your disability for $100,000. There was a Reddit story once posted by a guy who claimed to be in such a position. Maybe on r/Talis from tech support a few months or a year ago. Not a business owner, but a senior engineer in a large oil/natural gas extractor. The guy who knows where to tap to make things work. He claimed that, when working in one unstable South American region, he was kidnapped by two brothers. Having been in such a situation before, he gave them the contact info of the kidnapping insurance, and then gave them a stack of cash to go buy as much liquor as they could while they were out. He got them dead drunk, then walked next door and told their mother on them while enjoying a bowl of their mother's stew. The mother chewed them up one side, then down the other, and the sons dropped him off at work the next day. Edit. It was a post on r/malicious compliance, and two people in reply to this comment linked the actual story. Give them that ruby love for digging it up. Second edit. Kidnappers insurance was not even mentioned in the original post. The top comment on thread reminded me of the post, and I had remembered incorrectly that K&R was involved. Check the direct replies to this post to find links to the original post that I referred to. Not really buy, but rich people can choose a few specific citizenships/nationalities for their children. I live in a third world country, and some celebrities and wealthy people choose to go overseas during their pregnancy, birth, and sometimes up to their kids' adolescence. In specific cases where there's a requirement on how long someone has to live somewhere first to get the citizenship. In countries that follow unrestricted jus soli, like America, any child born in the country have the right to gain citizenship/nationality regardless of their parents' nationalities/immigration status. Since we live in a third world country, our passports and things like that aren't really strong in the international field, so having this option open to rich people is pretty common to give their children